All right, so let's get started. What originally got you into fighting?
Um, What originally got me into fighting? Um, so I've always kind of wanted to join martial arts, but my mom never let me. She thought it was a little bit too dangerous. I remember when I wanted to join boxing, and that was like a hard no for her. And then when I was in middle school, I asked if I can join the wrestling team, and that was like a hard no for her. But I went behind her back anyway, and I joined the wrestling team. So I started wrestling first in middle school, and then when I got into the eighth grade, I kind of got kicked. I got kicked out of the wrestling team, so I was kind of like out of sports for a minute. And so knowing that, my mom had forced me to try to get into something, and I told her that I wanted to do MMA. So started doing MMA at the age of 13, and just been doing it ever since.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And 13 is actually pretty young for doing MMA. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm from Vallejo, and there was like only one gym at the time that was doing like pure MMA. Yeah, that was my previous gym, Rabicon's Martial Arts, and great people. They were a pit affiliated with like Chuck Liddell, John Hagelman, really good resume. So we got some really good training over there. And yeah, so that's pretty much the place that I grew up in.
Mhm. What's your game plan going into that San Diego Cage Warriors fight?
This next one, um, well, trying not to give a little bit too much away, but I'm just gonna do me like I always have. I'm more of a stand-up guy, so I like to do these. I like to use my karate. I have a karate base. I grew up doing kaiji kembo, as well as MMA at the same time. So hopefully, I get to establish my my stand-up. But if he wants to go down the ground, I'll be ready there too.
Mhm.
So I like to be prepared in every avenue. And so wherever the fight takes place, I think I'll be able to pull out a W out of this fight.
You've only had one winning fight go to decision. Do you think you put away this guy?
I think I'll put away this guy, man. Yeah, I've changed a lot out of this fight camp. Last fight camp was actually my first fight back after my major surgery. I had my pectoral major tendon dispersed from its humerus, so that was my first fight back. It was like a year before that I had my last fight with Alex Trinidad, and before that it was a year as well. So it's been very very choppy with the fights. So now just trying to stay consistent, and now that I do have consistency, I think I'll be able to put this guy away. So I don't think I know what I'm capable of. So I think the fans are going to get what they pay for, and I can't wait to showcase my new skills and everything that I've learned this past fight game.
Do you have a prediction on how and what round?
Um, I think I'll probably take him into deep waters, and I think the third round would be the round. I think the third round would be the round for sure.
I saw you training with legend Eddie Bravo. How was that like?
Yeah, so I trained at 10th Planet Oakland, and we had our grand opening. We just changed locations, and Eddie Bravo was there, and he's one hell of a character for sure. I can
Mhm.
see why his brand is so big and it's so unique. Because there's a lot of creativity up in that head. Uh, but no, yeah, I didn't really necessarily get to train with him. He was just there for the grand opening. But
Mhm.
yeah, I got to talk to him. Super chill guy. Got to go to one of his stand-up comedies that night too. So funny guy as well. Very conspiracy theorist for sure. Um, but yeah, the whole 10th planet system that he created is great. And I feel like it matches up with my style. If you watch my previous fights, I always like to pull rubber guard. That's like my jam. So
Yeah, it looks like in your amateur days, you're mostly knocking people out, but now in your pro days, you're mostly just submitting people. What part of the game do you like more, the stand-up or the ground game?
I like the stand-up game a lot more. It's it's a lot better. It feels a lot better to knock somebody out. Um, and plus wrestling and grappling kind of gets you a little tired a little bit. So I'd rather keep it standing. It's a lot more exciting. However, that's I think that's the difference between amateur and pro. I mean, when you're an amateur, you're kind of going against guys that are more of a stand-up who want to just fight. And like when you go into the professional realm, you're going to start bumping into a bunch of these wrestlers, and that's exactly what I bumped into. My first loss was from a wrestler. He took me down, just held me there, smothered me, boom, and then I had to change up my whole game plan. So and that's why I have so many submission wins. I start in the standing and they want to take me down, and then once we get down to the grounds, I submit them. So
What's your mindset going into the fight? Like, do you want to, like, are you thinking of violence or you just want the win?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
What's your mindset going into the fight? Like, are you in that mindset like, oh, I want to kill this guy, or is it just business?
Oh man, it's just pure love for the sport, dude. I really like testing myself against people. Hence, my next opponent, I picked the biggest, baddest dude that I could find. And that's what I want to do. I want to fight the best. I want to test myself with the best because I believe I can hang with the best. And it's just pure love and fascination with the sport. And I like, uh, my losses have all taught me something, and it's kind of awesome to bounce back from those and like learn from my mistakes and to correct those mistakes and then coming out with a win on my next one. So it's just pure love. Yeah, it's just all business at the end of the day. Pure love for the sport. I don't take anything personal. So yeah,
Where do you see yourself within the next couple of years?
man, the next 3 years, I see myself winning my next couple of fights. Hopefully fighting for the Cage Warriors belt, fighting in a couple other countries, and then trying to get on that contender series, and then trying to make my way in the UFC. That's where I see myself. I believe I have that skill set. I believe I have what it takes to be with the highest tier. So it's just staying consistent, keeping my mind right, and having good people around. And it's only a matter of time before that happens. So consistency is key, and training smart, and staying with it.
Yeah. Who's your favorite UFC fighter?
My favorite UFC fighter right now, oh man, that's a hard one. I like a lot of people, especially different specialists too. But man, I would definitely have to say Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Like he's right up there in my alley. Very, very good. I like his karate style. He's super wicked with those kicks, spinning shit as well. He'd probably be my first, well, as of right now, who's active, I guess. But man, if you're talking about like old school, when I started growing up, I was super in love with like Anderson Silva and Jose Aldo. Those are my two.
Mhm.
I was like, man, if they can have a baby, that would be me. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I think Alex Volkanovski's fucking the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going crazy right now. I didn't expect him to get that third win against Max, to be honest, and in that fashion.
Yeah, especially his last fight, he just proved to the world that he is the best. And like, man, he pretty much he tore up Max. And because I was going for Max on that one, and I was like, damn, I was like, Volkanovski got the juice, man. So him, and then man, you can't deny like Demetrius Johnson. He's just all around good fighter, man. He's good at striking.
He just got his belt back.
Yeah, just got his belt back with one. So yeah, he's just good all around, dude. Yeah, I have a lot of favorite fighters, but fuck, man, that's a hard question.
Who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to? Man, I have a whole lot of people who I look up to, man. Like people who motivate me are just the people who surround me. My coaches, Steve Chow, Tyson Griffin, Derek Easterling, my family, my mom, my dad, like just looking at them and like how hard of working they are, like, and they all support my dream too. So that kind of like, yeah, I kind of just look up to them. Like they work so hard, and makes me just want to work even harder. So.
And my last question for you is, could you guide us through the weight cutting process that you do?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't cut too much weight. I don't think it's healthy. I used to fight at a lower weight. I used to fight at 135. I'm pretty sure you noticed that in my resume. Yeah, man, my first fight loss was at 135, and like I look sickly. But my weight cut process right now, like really, just make sure you stay clean. And then the weight cut won't be hard. You know, if you're eating like shit and like you're starting fucking cutting from like 40 pounds, 30 pounds away, you're just gonna kill yourself. But eating clean leading up until the weight cut, your water intake is super important. A week before the weight cut, I usually start drinking about 2 gallons of water. Start the water load a week prior, and then once that Wednesday or Tuesday in this case hits, then I'll drink my 2 gallons before a certain time, and then from that point on, I'll just start drinking ice cold water or sipping ice cold water. And then from there, like really, I just lose most of the weight through my pee. And then whatever extra weight that I need to lose, I sweat it out, or I use a sauna, or I usually take a salt bath. And also my diet the week of, it kind of sucks. I'm usually eating like smaller portions, but I'm eating, protein, a lot of fats, avocado, chicken thigh, steak. And then along with that goes with like foods that are like high in water. So iceberg lettuce, bell peppers, things like that. And then it just helps the water to slip away. So, but it's not really that hard for me to cut weight. I cut about like 10, 15 pounds, but yeah, I'm very, I'm on the smaller side of 145ers. I only gained like 10 pounds last fight, but I'm comfortable, I'm strong. And I feel comfortable. I feel good. I'm able to think, I'm able to react. I'm able to take more, I'm more durable. And yeah, man. So
What are you eating the night before a fight?
the night before a fight, dude, I have a freaking love for Cheesecake Factory. So after weigh-ins, I'll drink my little recovery shakes. After I'm done with that, then we'll head straight to like Cheesecake Factory, and I'll eat a shit ton of those little brown breads that are super good. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Really, really good. I'll eat the little brown breads, and then I'll have like chicken and mashed potatoes. And then I don't know, I'll go to the freaking store and grab some snacks or something, a lot of fruit, things that are like salty too, a lot of water. Yeah, that's about it. Just trying to carb load, and get all those good micronutrients from fruits and vegetables. And yeah, dude, that's pretty much what I eat. But Cheesecake Factory, hell yeah.
Where it's at?
What's that?
That's where it's at?
That's where it's at, man. I'm telling you. Cheesecake Factory for all you dudes freaking refueling that Cheesecake Factory bread. I'm telling you, that's the secret.
All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. Are you gonna be at the fights or what?
Yeah, I applied for press, so we'll see what happens. I hope I get in.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, well, I hope to see you there. If you're there, freaking could come up to me and we can chat or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do an interview for sure.
All right, man. Peace out, dude.
All right, see ya. Thank you.